All right, I need to get my life together today. Like seriously get it together. It is Sunday, so I feel like that's the perfect day to get your life together. I just got back from a trip a couple days ago. There is stuff everywhere. I still need to unpack. My luggage is literally still sitting right in there. I got up this morning and already did my skincare. I want to say on the record, I want to take back what I said about the Kosas BB cream. I bought it and I just like initially did not like it, but I've been using it with their SPF. I use the SPF and then I'll use the BB cream and I love it. It's like skincare in makeup and it just makes me feel like a little better about myself going into the day. So I did that and some concealer this morning, and then I tried on this new Hourglass blush, which I think it looks really nice. That's step one in me getting my life together. At the beginning of the day, I just want to kind of look put together so I feel better about myself and my life. I do not have any breakfast for myself at this house, so we do need to go to the grocery store today, but I am just gonna have this OWYN protein shake in the meantime because I need something. I need to get back on my like high protein diet because I feel so much better when I do that. This is the cookies and cream flavor. I love these so much. Okay, Winnie's been fed this morning. She's been let out. But now we need to go on a walk. I'm gonna go grab some coffee. I don't know where I want to get my coffee from today. We could go on like a longer walk to a place called Nomad Coffee Bar. It's also just like a regular bar. Or I could go to Fairgrounds Coffee. If you all are not living in Milwaukee currently, this won't mean anything to you. I typically go to a place in the 3rd Ward called Collectivo, but I don't really want to go there today. The last thing I'm gonna do this morning, pre-walk, is this scent from Vacation. Guys, this is the perfect summer scent. This smells like the beach. It almost has like a little bit of like a sunscreen smell mixed with like citrusy. It's just so good and I love a beach scent. But I have some other stuff to talk to you guys about because I am moving to Florida and stuff like that. So we'll talk about that later. So for the last few days, I've had just like so many boxes of things sent over and I wanted to show you guys some of the highlights of my mail, whether it's PR or stuff I paid for. We're gonna start with my new Oak Essentials order. These are my 2 favorites. This video is actually in partnership with Oak Essentials, so we'll start with them first. This is the Moisture Rich Balm. Looks like this. So this is a nutrient dense balm that supports collagen production. I actually opened it up already because I used it last night. It is so extremely hydrating, which is an amazing start for anti-aging. I use it during the daytime very lightly, but I like to put it all at the high points of my cheeks. Doesn't break me out or anything. And it just makes me look super dewy. I'll also like throw it on my shoulders and on my collarbones here for like a really healthy glow during the daytime. And then at nighttime, I actually use it all over like my body and like my décolletage area and my neck. I get really bad tech neck and I swear this has been the only thing that has helped me with that thus far. So this is my 2nd or 3rd bottle of this. It has sea buckthorn fruit oil, which has a ton of vitamins in it. Specifically vitamin C is like the highlight there. It also has coconut oil in it, which is antimicrobial and really helps with inflammation and redness. So again, love this stuff. I always have it. And then I have the Dew body oil. I actually just accidentally left a huge like fully full body oil at my friend Iman's house when I was in LA last, and she specifically texted me to be like, this stuff is so freaking good. I was like, I know, I miss it. I'll keep it in the shower. Once I'm done showering off, I'll like initially towel dry where my skin is still damp, and then I'll use this in the shower, or I'll use it like, let's say I'm wearing a dress or a skirt, I like to put it on my legs to have like a very lovely youthful glow. If you're unfamiliar with Oak Essentials, they were founded in 2021 by tastemaker and icon Jenny Kane, which I love Jenny Kane. Anything Jenny Kane touches is for me. I'm obsessed. Oak Essentials uses extremely high quality ingredients that are non-GMO, cruelty-free, and organic whenever possible. It's also free from silicones, colorants, sulfates, and all the other nasty things. Also, Winnie is patrolling our apartment right now. You see someone at the pool? So if y'all want to try out my 2 favorites or just creep the Oak Essentials sites for anything that you might need, you can use code NOTE2SELF15 for 15% off and a gift with your order, your first order. So it's NOTE2SELF15 for 15% off and a gift with your first order. All right, next, I already shared this, but obviously like earlier in this video, but I got literally like every shade of the Hourglass blushes. They look like this. I did not think I would like these because of the packaging, to be honest, but they're so sheer and beautiful. You shake them and then open it up like this and you drop it, or I guess you turn it upside down, you drop it, and then you press the top of this and it releases like a drop. Come on. And that's like such a tiny amount, but it's so pigmented that you really don't need a whole lot. This could last you like for freaking ever. But it's super sheer and beautiful and it stays for like a really long time. So I actually really like these, but I was hesitant because of the packaging. I approached something that I didn't quite understand, that I didn't know, and I did fear it at first, but we got through it, we learned, we educated ourselves, which is more than I can say for most people, and you know what I mean? I got in my dose for your liver supplements. So I've been taking this. I try to do it morning and night. I've been traveling a lot, so I don't travel with these bottles. They do make little bottles though for if you're gonna travel. I'll just read off of this because I don't memorize any like talking points. So this says, find your balance. Every dose is a step towards a more balanced you. Our delicious blend of turmeric and milk thistle regulates the body and helps maintain long-term liver health. So it has milk thistle, breaks unwanted elements and ensures optimal liver function. And then turmeric, curcumin supports healthy liver enzyme function. I'm pretty sure like 1 shot of this is like 17 servings of curcumin. Is that how you say that? It's really good for inflammation in general, but it's also just really good for your liver. And we know how I drink dirty martinis, so I figure I need to get on top of that. So I've been taking that and I'm happy to be home for like, I'm gonna be home for like 2 weeks straight almost, I think. So I can take it morning and night religiously for 2 weeks. I got some new workout wear and some new active wear from Whiskey. That's what the brand name looks like. Okay, this is what the top looks like. It's like scalloped, which I think is so cute. They have so many different versions of this as well. So they'll have like just like a regular kind of bra, not the long sleeve. They've got skirts. The leggings I got are like scalloped at the top. You can see that? They have so many different colors and they're scalloped on the bottom. Anyway, I thought that was so freaking cute, especially for summertime, especially in some of the brighter colors. So you'll have to check out this website because so good. All right, so I need to go downstairs and grab my lunch real fast. And I'm gonna show you guys what I ordered from Sweet Green. I ordered the same salad every single time. I'm not a big salad person, just in general. I'm not a fan of kale. I really wish I liked healthier, nutrient-dense foods, but I don't. But I have found the salad that works for me. And it's where I'm calling it pea sweet green salad. Very creative, I know. But I'm gonna show you guys what I order. It's downstairs right now, waiting for me. And don't look at my armpits. They're literally, I need to go get a razor today. But then we're going to do some cleaning because I need to get that done and then maybe go to the grocery store. The goods have been secured. So I didn't actually get to get my very specific normal salad because they didn't have quinoa available today. So I got 2 servings of romaine, which did hurt my heart like a little bit because I love my quinoa. But this is 2 servings of, well, romaine, and usually quinoa, okay? And then 2 servings of spicy broccoli, roasted chicken, cabbage, tomatoes, lemon, and then I get, when I order it, I get 2 of these jalapeno, cilantro, lime dressing, and a lemon wedge. So the lemon wedge first, all over. Then I'm gonna do cilantro jalapeno vinaigrette. Typically also I have red pepper flakes, but I thought I had them here and I don't, so. A very important part of this is chopping it up a little bit more. I hate a full romaine piece. I want it to be chopped. Every salad should be chopped. If I was a president of the United States, that's one of the first policies I would enact. Chopped salads only. If I see 1 huge piece of leafy romaine, you're going to jail. Beautiful. I'm gonna finish this salad when he's over here relaxing. And then we're gonna get to cleaning because I got some dishes to do, trash to take out, stuff to unpack. I love and hate reset days. I'm gonna feel so much better when it's over, but I like hate to do it. It is time to go to the grocery store now. I didn't really make like a list, but I know in general what I eat every day, so we're just gonna pick up stuff according to that. I need to grab some more beverages for my afternoon beverage because that is such like a dopamine hit for me, and I'm really working on my dopamine menu. I'm actually gonna do a full episode on Note to Self about my dopamine menu. Let's go to the grocery store and do our best to get groceries for this week. Okay, let's do a little grocery haul, even though you kind of already saw what I got. Also, I have a new camera. I'm loving it. It's the Canon G7X Mark III. I had the Mark II before, but I lost it. But it like functions a little bit differently. So sometimes I'm like staring at it like, is it recording or what's going on here? Does it beep when it records? Anyway, it's the whole thing. All right. So I had to get a bunch of new stuff because unfortunately while I was away, I accidentally left the freezer drawer open just slightly and everything defrosted. So some of it, I got some more frozen stuff, it's not a ton. And then I got some more just like basics to restock. So this was kind of like a much more expensive run than I had imagined. But hopefully I'm stocked for the week and I can actually start kind of cooking stuff tonight to put in Tupperware to use throughout the week. So we'll start with the produce. And I'll tell you all my brand plans for these things. For my juice, my morning juice that I've been trying to make, has greens in it, I got spinach, I got celery, which is a new addition, I got some mint, and cucumber. And then I also got some lemon juice instead of lemons this time, because I had like a lot of need for lemons this week, so I just got like the full lemon juice. For my little lettuce-less salad, I'm gonna do almost like a Greek salad kind of thing. So I got these little tomatoes. I got red onion. I'm gonna add bell pepper this time. And then some avocado and olives. And I have some feta cheese already. So that's gonna be really good. Another thing I got are blueberries just for me to snack on. For proteins, I got eggs. I love cheesy eggs in the morning. One mustard dill chicken breast, and then I also got a garlic dill salmon. I think I'm gonna have this tonight with some broccoli. I also got ground beef, which I'm gonna make this taco seasoning ground beef situation. I love to have that just with like rice. I love a big bowl of that. I got some frozen broccoli. I'm gonna have this for tonight. And then I also got these zucchini spirals as well. They're frozen. They'll be really good with just like some pasta sauce, which we have a ton of here, I think, going. And then I got this cassava flour tortillas because I assume I can use some of the ground beef for this, and I can also make some breakfast tacos for myself. The last bag, I've got some of these good olds. These are the Parmesan and Asiago cheese ones. Spearmint tea, I've heard this is good for hormones and acne. I got a bottle of Fit Vine wine, which I might open up this evening because I have some stuff I don't want to do, like cook stuff and prep for the week, and I feel like it'll be more exciting if I have that. I also have this Snow Maiden sake, which I could also open instead of the wine. I've been loving sake. I know it's kind of random. I got some lemon juice, a cherry cola olipop because I love anything cherry cola. I got cherry limeade poppy, and I got some cold brew coffee. I usually have like half a serving of this. I drink a lot of milk with my iced coffee, so I'll have like half a serving after I eat breakfast, because sometimes if I have coffee on an empty stomach, I feel like I'm insane. So that's why we go with half a serving here. Before I start cooking anything, I am going to take an everything shower. Truly gonna wash my hair, do all the good stuff. I'm gonna go put in some kind of like mini mask in my hair real quick. Oh, I guess I can't really do an everything shower because I don't have a freaking razor. Whatever, I'll still exfoliate. We'll figure out the razor situation later. I'm gonna go put some of the Après spray like bond repair in my hair and leave it in for like 10 minutes, and then I'm going to take an everything shower. So that means I'll wash my hair, do a hair mask in place of conditioner. I'll exfoliate my body with like this Naturium glycolic soap and some mitts, and then do some skincare and stuff like that, and then we'll start cooking. Okay. Also, I'm gonna make myself some hot spearmint tea. Showered. I'm gonna just let my hair air dry. Starting with my spearmint tea. I'm going to bake these broccoli florets alongside my salmon. On the broccoli, doing some olive oil, and then I'll do salt and pepper. I actually never had this garlic dill salmon, but I feel like anything with dill is always so like fresh, and having some salmon is giving me healthy energy, even though I might open up a bottle of sake here in a second. Also, like, sake is the only thing that I've been drinking as of late that like doesn't make me get like a hangover. Got the garlic dill salmon and the broccoli, and this is gonna go in the oven for 12 minutes and 20 minutes. So I was gonna prep my little Greek salad for the week, but all of my Tupperware is dirty right now, so I'm just gonna wash that in the dishwasher instead. I don't feel like hand washing it. I can't be bothered. And I will just sip my tea in the meantime and get set up for some evening work I need to do. I'm gonna have some chips and salsa while I wait. This is the Southwest tortilla chips, the cantina chips from Whole Foods. These are actually pretty good. There's a brand I freaking love called Julio's. Only available in Texas, I'm pretty sure. I just grew up eating them. They're so freaking good. You can get them on Amazon, but it's like 3 bags for like $20+. I got this Local Folks Food medium garden salsa. This is my favorite appetizer, aside from chips and queso, but I don't have any queso made right now. Yeah, Julio's are the best chips, but these kind of seem, I don't want to say the same, but like slightly similar. They are very seasoned. I wanted to give y'all a life update because I took you guys along on TikTok and on Instagram for Joe and I's house search. And I wanted to answer some frequently asked questions that I got about the house and moving in with Joe and all of that stuff. The gist is, if you guys haven't seen that content at all, Joe and I went during his All-Star break, which is like a break of 3 days in the middle of the baseball season. In Major League Baseball, they have like 160 plus games a season. There's a game basically every single day. Sometimes they'll have like an off day here or there. For the All-Star break, they get multiple days off because the All-Star game is going on. If they're not playing in that game, which very, very few players do, they get that time off. So we were like, all right, let's go find a home to live in, because right now we don't know where we're living in Joe's off season, which is October-ish, whenever they get kicked out of the playoffs, if they do get kicked out of the playoffs, until February, and then spring training starts again. 4 months or so, and that's where you typically find a nice off-season location. When we were deciding where to live, I kind of asked Joe, you know, where is the best place for you to live work-wise, because the baseball thing is not going to last forever, right? So we might as well do what you can to be the best you can for the duration of your playing time. So basically he said that either Scottsdale or like West Palm Beach, Florida, I guess not actually Palm Beach, but South Florida. Those are the two main options in terms of off-season training locations, because there's two really, really great facilities that offer that kind of service to players, specifically pitchers. He told me that it's either Scottsdale or Florida. He has lived in Scottsdale previously. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of Scottsdale, so I asked him if we could do Florida. Joe typically isn't the biggest fan of Florida, but I tried to kind of convince him that Florida was gonna be better. And I was like, well, let's just do this trip and then we can see how you feel after the trip. I ended up going on the trip for a couple of days, and I think for the winter time for me, some reasons I like Florida better, by the way, are I hate dry weather. I hate dry weather. Scottsdale's very dry. So already, every morning I wake up, I'm already just in a bad mood. Some people love Scottsdale. My best friend lives in Scottsdale. I don't want to Scottsdale slander because I like to visit on occasion, but I don't want to freaking live there, even though it's way more convenient than Florida for like being close to like his family, my family, being close to Los Angeles. My best friend lives there, like we have more friends there. I just don't like it. Another thing, Florida, South Florida, in that area, there's so many cities in one like general area. There's so much to do. And when I'm talking about like wholesome outdoor activities, Scottsdale doesn't offer the activities that I like to do outdoors. I don't really like to hike. And again, I don't want to be in the dry weather literally at all for any amount of seconds, genuinely ever. Whereas Florida, I want it to be as humid as humanly possible. I love humidity. My skin loves humidity. My hair loves humidity. I grew up for the first 8 years of my life in North Florida, so it's different, but like in Florida and then in Texas, which is also humid, so like obviously I like humidity. The bad things about it, I can make new friends. They won't replace my old friends, but I can make friends wherever I go. We have some people on the team that Joe's currently on who live in Florida in their off season, so we kind of already have friends there. My friend who lives in Scottsdale is already like, should I just move to Florida then? Because a lot of her friends live in Florida currently. So that's some of my reasons for the Florida move. I'm really glad Joe was like really receptive and like actually gave it a chance. So when we went to visit, we toured like 8 or 9 homes, not really looking or not really thinking we were gonna find a home that we actually liked, more just like looking at what's out there. But we ended up finding a house that we really like. We both liked it. There's some aesthetic renovations that I want to do to it, nothing like knocking walls down or anything crazy like that, but like definitely some paint and retiling and things like that. So Joe found a house, that's our update, and he went ahead and put an offer in on the house, and they came to an agreement with price and stuff like that. So I guess the next step, we're waiting on the inspector. He needs to take a look at things like the roof and maybe understand the insurance options. I keep saying we because Joe's nice enough to say we, but this is really his home, and until we get married, my name is not on this house, you know what I mean? So we say we because Joe's like, I want you to feel like it's your home too. Like obviously you were the one that wanted to move to Florida, and I'm just gonna buy the house here because you want it. He's been nice enough to do that because he understands that I kind of have to go where he is during the actual season. So he has done that really nice thing for me. In my opinion, I think it's really nice for him to kind of buy a place that's gonna make me more comfortable in the off season. So it's kind of long-winded, but that's the update. And hopefully everything goes well with the inspection and we can close on the house relatively soon. And then I'm gonna probably fly out to Florida and meet with a contractor because Joe's gonna be in season and can't. I would like to start changing some of the things in the house so that when it comes time to like move in October, we can just move right in and everything will be done and perfect and feel more like us than it currently does. That being said, Joe is on a 1-year deal with the Brewers, so we're not actually sure where he's going to be playing next year. We don't know if his spring training will be in Florida, which would be really convenient obviously, or if it'll be in Scottsdale, Arizona, because those are the two kind of options that teams have for their spring training. So fingers crossed he's with the team that's in Florida. When he was with the Nationals in DC, he was with them for like 6 years, maybe 6 or 7 seasons, and they were in South Florida. So I used to visit him in South Florida all the time for his spring training there. So fingers freaking crossed he is on a team, because that would just make lives easier. Obviously it'd be great for him to be on a number of different teams. There's so many teams that I I'm obsessed with, or like cities I'm obsessed with that I'd like to try out next, given that we don't live here. We might live here again, never really know, but I'm really interested to see what happens, and if we get lucky and life is just convenient and he ends up being with a team that has spring training in Florida, because I'm gonna have to move twice a year, which is great. I'm fingers crossing, I'm gonna put out in the universe, I'm dying for the Astros. Y'all know all my best friends live in Houston, but I've never really had a reason to live there, and this would give me that reason to live there. Dying. And they have a Florida spring training, which would be just literally the best thing that ever happened to me. I could also deal with the Rangers in Texas, but their spring training's in Scottsdale. But Joe would just have to move like 3 times. Florida to Scottsdale, Scottsdale to Dallas, and then Dallas back to Florida at the end of the year. So that's more of the update of the baseball life situation as well too. Another thing about Joe is, so his back has been injured. He got put on this like injured list for 60 days, which they do so they can bring someone up to play in your place, because they need to replace you if you're not playing. They'll bring someone up from the minor leagues to play for you for those 60 days. He is getting off the injured list here in like 1 second. He's currently in Nashville right now, waiting out his stay on the injured list, and he got back up to like pitching again, because you can't just like not be pitching and then like go pitch in a major league game. You have to do what they call a rehab assignment. So you have to go, he was throwing here and doing all this stuff here, and then he had to go to a town close by here to one of their minor league affiliates and pitch like, I think he had to do like 20 pitches or something, and then come out of the game, and then he had to go to Nashville and pitch like, I think he did 50 in his next outing. So that's why he's not here right now. Can you tell there's chaos going on? This is another question I got real quick. The Dallas house. If y'all were here when we were building that house in Dallas, this was probably 2022, the 2021, 2022 that the house in Dallas was getting built. We initially wanted to have our off-season location be Texas. Again, a choice that I made, that Joe allowed me to make, and he was nice enough to buy the house there. We bought a house in the city of Dallas. It was actually like right off of Lover's Lane and Inwood, if y'all are familiar. It was a great house. It was very spacious. We really were buying into the Dallas idea. You know, in the middle school, high school portion of my life, lived in Fort Worth, Texas, and my family still lives there. So we're really close. There was a place for him to train in Dallas that he wanted to try out. So we did that. He ended up not really liking the place to train, which is really the reason that we ended up leaving. Also, Dallas is very cold in the winter for him specifically, because he's from California. He's like, I don't want to be here when it's freezing and snowing. Like, I'd rather be somewhere warmer in the winter. We enjoyed the house, but what actually ended up happening was he got a pretty intensive surgery, and his rehabilitation and his surgeon, so we're both based in Los Angeles. So what we did was we lived in Dallas, built the house, moved to Washington, D.C. for that baseball season. The house got finished getting built. Joe got more seriously injured than we thought. He had to get surgery in Los Angeles. Then we both were like, all right, well, we have to spend this off season in Los Angeles, which of course, like, y'all know, I was like, perfect. He was like, so we can't live in this Dallas house for over a year now. And then we both kind of looked at each other and we were like, but did we like it that much? Do we want to go back? If we could go anywhere, do we want to go back there for the off season? And we both were like, no. He's like, it's not putting me in the best position work-wise, and then we didn't enjoy our day-to-day when it was so cold at that time of the year. So he ended up selling that Dallas house before we ever moved into it. He made a profit, which was really great. I mean, like, that's the best thing you could ask for. It was a really great neighborhood. I would highly recommend to anyone moving to Dallas, but it just wasn't the right time of the year for us. So that's the baseball / where we're living talk because of baseball. This whole thing, it's so crazy growing up in a military family. Baseball reminds me they're very similar, because it's not a job that you just like do and then come home. It's a job that takes over your entire life. It tells you where you live. And there's plenty of jobs like that, but like, this is a very intense and involved job. And when you're in the season, there's not much going on outside of baseball. Like, you don't really have like a life outside of it. Like, we're not going to weddings together. We go on dates when we can, but he's not like coming to my friends' parties. He's not going to Coachella with me. We're not like traveling besides All-Star break for that 72 hours. It's very limiting on the rest of your life. So I don't mind it, because I grew up that way, and I just like have always known the men in my life to have a job that will, I mean, with my dad's job, will take his life, and he will go to war and do these things, and my whole entire childhood was defined by the US military. So it feels familiar, which is honestly why I don't mind taking part in it, because my job doesn't have a lot of structure, and I feel like being adjacent to him, it like gives me this structure that I just don't have otherwise in my normal job. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for listening to me ramble. I'm gonna continue to eat these and I'll show you guys what my dinner looks like. Here's some of my dinner. Salmon looks great. The broccoli looks perfect, even though I let it stay in there for a little longer. I felt like that kind of wasn't enough food, so I put this quinoa and brown rice in this bowl. Oh my god, I can add a little more. So I felt like I just needed a little something else. I'm gonna eat this beautiful dinner and watch Hacks on HBO. And then when I'm done with this, I'll have my sake for dessert while I do some work stuff on my computer that I fucking don't want to do, because it's gonna make me do it, basically. So I just got done with some work. It's like 12:45, but I needed to get something in tonight because it's Sunday and it needs to be in, well, I made up in my head that it needs to be in by tomorrow, but it needs to be in by tomorrow. So I forced myself to get it done, and now I need to do a little nighttime routine. So I'm gonna take you guys along, but without any talking, because I feel like I need to be silent now. Winnie is very tired. One thing I love about Winnie is that when it comes time for her to go to sleep, like when it comes time for like true nighttime activities, she will pass out like I've never seen a dog pass out in my entire life. You can go over there and move her legs up and like just move her around and she will just like flop. When we get into bed in a second, she's just gonna be in there asleep immediately. She knows when the red lights go on, it's time. But I'm gonna let her out one more time just in case, and then we'll do a short little nighttime routine.